I just think it's the nicest way I could say this is that the linchpin of all of this theology hinges on this dead in trespasses and sins, and it's just out of balance. That's not a balanced biblical view of the lost person. It's just not.
Let me just add two other things to that. If we're going to take that part of it and the descriptor of dead being something that you can't respond to or you can't relate to the gospel because you're dead, and a dead person is dead, and a dead person can't respond, and a dead person, you can't do that. We also have the opposite or the other side of that coin, at least in a couple of places. In Romans 6:11, it says, "Even so consider yourselves to be dead to sin, but alive to God in Christ Jesus." Well, I don't think there's anybody that would say that, yes, we're dead to sin, but yet we're still tempted by sin. We're still tempted to miss the mark with God. In our fleshly body, we have that fleshly body that's part of this world that we have to resist the temptation. So we don't take it from that perspective and say, oh, you're dead to sin, therefore you can no longer sin. Or we don't take that position in that, using that word dead. And then another place where it talks about that is, it says in Colossians, it says, "Therefore consider the members of your earthly body as dead to." This is in Colossians 3:5 that we're going to get to in the next few sessions. It says, "Therefore consider the members of your earthly body as dead to immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and greed, which amounts to idolatry." So now I don't know of any teaching.
Hey, Steve, I have met Christians that had all those things. And some of them when I looked in the mirror.
And that's my point is, I don't think there's the teaching on that side that says, oh, you're dead, and therefore you cannot no longer do any of those things because you're in Christ. No, and it's very clear.
So let me get this right. What you're saying, I think is an excellent point, is that, okay, if we take dead in sins to mean what it has been held by some of these theologians, then they would have to hold that same definition over here in that list you just made. It'd have to be the same application, same definition. What you can't have is one sense of the word dead in one spot and a different sense in the other without being inconsistent in our hermeneutic.
Yes. That's what I'm saying is, if you're going to use that definition of dead in the one sense, then you need to use it in the definition of dead in the other sense. And we don't see that.